everyone, my name's Chris Cowlin and I'm a Tottenham fan, and the Leicester City Fans Channel, LCFC BOYA, they've asked me a few questions about this weekend's game, Tottenham v Leicester in the Premier League on Sunday at 1:30. First question he's asked is Spurs' recent matches, current form. Obviously we played Watford and Newcastle the last couple of Premier League games. Just before that we actually went out of two cup competitions, the League Cup losing to Chelsea and the FA Cup losing to Crystal Palace. Huge disappointment for every Spurs fan, and everyone was really down actually. So the Watford and Newcastle games were extremely important to pick points up in the Premier League. Everyone saw that, or thought that Tottenham were out of the title race. Some of the results haven't gone the way that Liverpool and Manchester City would have liked, and Tottenham picked up 6 points in the games against Watford and Newcastle. They weren't great games, they weren't great attendances at Wembley either. They were quite quiet, they were quite dull, but we grinded the results out, and that was the important thing. Still without Dele Alli and Harry Kane obviously, and Heung-min Son, he just seemed to work his magic, you know, back from the Asian Games, and he just seemed to work his magic in both of those matches and grab a goal in each game. And of course Fernando Llorente scoring the winner against Watford, which was a great delight for him. So a very important 6 points. It does put Tottenham in a very good position. We are sitting only 5 points away from big money spenders Liverpool and Manchester City, so it puts Tottenham in an extremely good position. And if Tottenham got the win on Sunday, I actually think the media will actually start talking about Tottenham a little bit more than they have, because Tottenham have kind of gone under the radar of you know, being title contenders. But me personally, I don't see us as title contenders. I think Pochettino is overachieving, certainly with spending no money, but you know, it just proves what a fantastic manager we have. Anyway, likely lineup for Sunday. I think it will remain pretty much the same as the last couple of games. It just depends whether Fernando Llorente will start with Sonny, or will Heung-min Son be up front with Lucas Moura. But I think that all three of those players will be involved in the game at some point. Whether one of them is a sub, I would fully expect Son to start, but it would just depend whether Moura or Llorente will be on the bench. Thoughts on how the game may go. I can see Tottenham winning again. I really can. Tottenham have got this way, certainly this season, of just grinding results out when we haven't played that well. And I still think that Tottenham are yet to move into second gear throughout this season. We've played well in only a few matches, and that's a great sign of a great team, that you win games when you don't play that well, and that's what Tottenham have been about this season. Hence why we've won the same amount of games in the Premier League as Liverpool. You know, we haven't drawn a game yet, so I do see Tottenham winning, and I'm just going to go for another 1-0, and I think Heung-min Son will do it again. The guy is on fire at the moment. He's an absolutely superb player. Every fan loves him. Every fan loves him. He's just such a fantastic bloke, and I think he'll do the business. Score prediction, yeah, I think 1-0. I do think the key players for Leicester on Sunday were people be like James Maddison and Jamie Vardy. We all know what Jamie Vardy can do. He's you know, a great goal scorer, and I think if we can block him out on Sunday, you know, obviously we've got a chance to win. We won at the King Power earlier on, you know, in the season in December. That was a good win for Spurs. And of course Kasper Schmeichel, you know, great goalkeeper. So you know, we've got our work cut out. We're going to need to work hard and dig deep and get the result again. But Tottenham, you know, all we need to do is keep focusing game by game and just winning, just really winning. And you know, and when the likes of Harry Kane and Dele Alli come back, you know, hopefully we'll be in a great position to perhaps challenge or stay in the top four. Top four is key to Pochettino. Champions League football, and of course Champions League football is with us again next week. We start our home leg against Borussia Dortmund. Another very, very important game at Wembley. Come on, you Spurs. And here are the thoughts of the Leicester City Fans Channel.
Hi guys, hope you are all well. I am here to preview the game on Sunday between Spurs and Leicester at Wembley with some questions Chris has sent over to me. So let's get straight on into them. The first question is, how do I see the game going on Sunday? So I think it's going to be an incredibly close game. I could see it being one goal deciding it either way. So I'm hopeful for a draw, but it will be a very difficult game for Leicester, obviously going away to Wembley. So the second question is, but the game's at Wembley, how do Leicester fans feel about that rather than it being at our own stadium, which obviously, as you guys know, is still under construction. But for me, I wanted a day out at Wembley this year, not against Spurs in the league. I was hoping that your stadium would be ready because I love going to different grounds. I love obviously being to grounds that I haven't been to before, and obviously I haven't been to the Spurs ground yet because no one has for a match day anyway. But it's a bit disappointing, but it's not the end of the world. It is what it is, and to be honest, as a Leicester fan, I don't get too many days out at Wembley anyway, so we could be playing at a lot worse place than Wembley. So the third question is, Spurs have had a good week in the Premier League, grinding out results against Watford and Newcastle. What have I made of it? So I've been impressed with Spurs over the last week. Beating Newcastle, not an easy team to beat. Obviously, they're very defensively solid under Rafa Benitez. But the game that particularly impressed me was the Watford one. And obviously, going 1-0 down, your guys' heads didn't drop. You kept plugging away and you got the 2-1 win. So, to be honest, it's been very impressive. But at the other side of the coin, they are two teams that you would expect Spurs to be beating if they are going to be competing at the top, which is sort of what you guys will be aiming for this year. So I've been impressed, but it is sort of what I've been expecting from you at the same time. Spurs won at the King Power in December. Yeah, cheers for bringing that one up. But now have Kane, Ali, both out injured. Is this a good time to play Spurs, or do we still have the quality to beat Leicester? So for me, Spurs, you've still got the quality to beat us. You've got brilliant players who will come in for Kane and Ali being out. You've got Son, who I'm expecting to play striker, and probably Eriksen might come in with Lamela. I don't really know how you guys will line up, but you have the quality to beat us without a doubt. But at the same time, I think we've got the quality to compete with you guys, because as poor as we've been some games this season, such as Cardiff, Southampton, who else? Newport, obviously. We've been very impressive in some games against teams like Liverpool, where we went away to Anfield. We got the draw midweek. We beat Man City at home. We beat Chelsea away. So we can be very hit and miss. So it depends which Leicester turns up, because I think if the best Leicester turns up, I think guys are going to be in for a real game, and you guys may not get the win. But if it's a poor Leicester team, I think you've definitely got the quality to beat us, because obviously if you look at the league table, you've obviously got a quality squad, being in third just behind Man City, who've spent I don't even know how much money without you guys making any signings. So obviously you guys have got a lot of quality in your squad, but we do have players of our own that can hurt you. That brings me on quite nicely to Chris's next question, which is, what are the key players for Leicester that you can expect to feature on Sunday? So Maguire didn't play against you guys at the King Power, and I think he's a crucial part of our back line. Obviously, I think it was Wes Morgan and Johnny Evans who played against you guys at the King Power. But Johnny Evans and Maguire are starting to build a little bit of a nice partnership there, so I'm hoping to see that again on Sunday. I think Vardy as well, he will be crucial for us. Obviously, it was Iheanacho who played at the King Power again, so with Iheanacho, there's no real threat with him up front. But with Vardy, teams are a lot more wary of Vardy, obviously, because they know that he's got the pace to get in behind. They know that he's clinical, so I think he'll be key for us, as well as Chilwell, who's having an absolutely incredible season. And I'm hoping Maddison can have a good game. He's had a couple of games where he's gone relatively quiet, so I'm hoping for a big performance from Maddison as well on Sunday. So the penultimate question, where do you see Leicester finishing this season, and what have you thought of Spurs overall this season? So we'll split that into two. So where do I see Leicester finishing this season? I want to say 7th, but I think it will be 8th. Obviously, 7th would mean more than likely Europa League, which would be absolutely incredible. But I have a feeling we might just get beaten to it. It may be by Wolves or West Ham, one of the two. But I would love 7th realistically. I'm thinking 8th. And then, what have I thought of Spurs overall this season? I've been surprisingly impressed because obviously you made no signings over summer, no signings in January, and you're still right at the top end of the table competing. I think with a few more players, you guys would be serious title challengers. But for me, the players that you'd have to bring in would have to be absolutely top quality to improve your squad, because I think arguably you've got the best starting 11 in the Premier League. It's just the squad depth for me. So I've been impressed, and I think you sort of surpassed my expectation. I was expecting you guys and Arsenal to be battling for 5th. Am I allowed to say Arsenal on this channel? But no, joking aside, I was expecting you guys to be battling in between 4th and 5th. So I think you guys are definitely overachieving. So finally, my score prediction for Sunday. Oh, this is going to be a difficult game. I know it is. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw because I'm never going to go against my own team, but I would not be surprised at all if Spurs won.